back to the channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing, let me just find it first, the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. You can see the colours just look absolutely divine. Like when I see colours like that, I just feel like, oh my god, I just want to like touch them. I just need them in my life. I just need them all over my eyeballs like right now. So I was like so happy when I got to try these out. If you've watched my video where I did what I got for Christmas, you'll know that I've had this since then. I promise you guys, this palette has stayed in my drawer and I hadn't touched it at all. But yeah, so I show you this eye look, what I created, and I'm actually, you know, digging the eye look. I think it looks super up my street. It's kind of like rocky chic kind of, you know, vibe. Also guys, can we just appreciate this backdrop right now? Because let me tell you, Timbuktu and back to get this backdrop in place. Like, I just wasn't happy with how my videos looked in the background. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and give the video a massive thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and I will roll the clip now. Let's go. So this is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, and it has a little thingy-majiggy there. I actually haven't even swatched any of these colours. Like, they are so pretty, and I just hope that they come out like that on my eye, because I've seen quite a few reviews and I just don't feel like they come out the same colour, so I'm hoping that they do. I've already done my brows, I've got nothing on my skin. Just going to prime with my Urban Decay Free Base Eyeshadow Primer Potion, because it comes out white and I think that's kind of like the best colour shade for me personally to see if the colours are true to what they look like in the palette. I always feel like I look so crazy in my videos. Like, oh my god, where's my brush? So I'm just going to use the Zoeva 144 concealer brush and just pat all of this in, and I'm going to carve my brows out of it as well. So I've just zoomed you guys in so you can actually see what is going on my eyes. Let's get straight into the palette. So looking at the palette, I'm kind of thinking to maybe go for this colour first as like a transition shade, but I think I'm going to do this one on the brow bone. Let's keep it quite matte on the brow bone for the eyes. Like I said, I've never tried this palette before, so I don't have a clue how these shadows are going to be on my eyes. It's gone on quite nicely. So I'm going into this shade here with my Urban Decay Smoky Crease brush, and then I'm going to use this as a transition shade. They're very pigmented for sure. That's blended out really nice. You do get a slight little bit of fallout with them, but it's nothing crazy. Oh god, my arm's aching from blending so much. I think I'm going to go in with why does this happen to me? So then I'm just going to go in with this shade here, and I'm going to apply this on the outer corner. Just going over my Urban Decay tapered blending brush. I'm most excited about this shade because it just looks so nice, and I don't have a shade like it either. So I'm just going to pack this in on the outer corners. And just blend that up to my crease as well. I feel like with the colours in this palette, it's going to make anyone with like blue or green eyes, it's going to make the eye colour look really piercing. I'm liking it so far. I feel like they're looking true to themselves as they do in the palette. And then again, I'm just going to blend any of the edges out. This darker shade here at the top, I'm going to take that shade and just put that on the outer corners, just on the edge here, just to kind of create more of like an ombre. So I'm getting a bit of fallout with the darker shade. They're very, I think the darker shades are very powdery. You've got to be careful with them. I could cut crease and then maybe use one of the like shimmer shades on my actual lid, So I'm just going to go cut my crease with the eyeshadow primer again. And to cut my crease, I'm going to use a MAC 242, which looks like this. I'm kind of only doing like a half cut crease. I'm not going to do a full because we've obviously made the outer corners quite dark. And then I think I'm going to go in with one of the lighter shades, which is this one here. And I think I'm going to use my setting spray to actually make it a bit more wet, because these looks like more of a foiled shadow. Spray it with my setting spray and pop this onto my lids. Yeah, I can't really see it working too much without it having a setting spray on it. I don't really know how I feel about the shimmer shadows. I feel like it's hard to pick it up on your brush. Like, when I go to pick my product up, it just kind of like falls out. It doesn't really want to grab onto it. It's still a nice colour. I just think you need to work with them a little bit more. Back in with this lightest pink shade that we used at the start. And I'm just going to lightly dust that over where we've joined the two colours together. And then I'm going to go back in with the darker, more maroon red shade and just apply that right beside it. And I'm going to go in with this dark shade here. And I think I'm going to mix it in with this darker one here as well, because I think it's going to appear a lot darker if I mix the two. And then I'm just going to take my Urban Decay Smoky Crease brush just to blend out any harsh edges. So this is the look so far, and I think I'm going to go on to the bottom lash line now. So I'm going to pick up that same shade we used to start with, which was that like dusty kind of rosy pink. I'm just going to I literally just inhaled the eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go back in with that deep wine colour and focus that on the outer corners. And I'm just going in with that darker shade at the top there. And I'm just mirroring what I've done at the top. I think I am going to add a black to this eye look, because at the moment I feel like it's lacking just a bit of depth, because I feel like a lot of the colours are kind of blending into each other just a little bit. So I'm going to add a black into the look as well. Just using Blackout by Urban Decay, and I'm just focusing that just on the very outer corner, like very slightly. And I'm bringing that down onto my bottom lash line as well. And Blackout by Urban Decay is the blackest eyeshadow I've ever tried. I just feel like that's like brought the look so much more together than how it was looking before. I just felt like the colours were all meshing into each other. Although in person you can see a slight difference between them all. But on camera it just kind of looks like one red blob. And I just wasn't really feeling that, to be honest. I thought that looks so much better. Obviously, I'm going to take away the excess, but I kind of need a drink first. I feel like that was hard work. I haven't wiped away any of the fallout until now, just because I wanted to see generally how much fallout it would get. And there is quite a lot of fallout, which is fine. Shadows that I normally use don't fall out as much as this, but considering the pigmentation of the shadows, I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. Because I always do my eyes first anyway, so I just wipe it away like this, and then I'll blend my concealer up to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back, show you the final result, and give you my thoughts on the palette as well. So I now have the rest of my face makeup on, and let's get to the nitty gritty of what I thought about the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions eyeshadow palette. It's quite small. I'm not going to let that downgrade it though, because I think, you know, the pan size that you do get is relatively, you know, what you'd get in a normal eyeshadow palette anyway. So I think what they've done is they've, you know, they've compacted it. It's just an eyeshadow palette. You don't need the excess packaging. I get the point. I'm quite down to the, you know, tea with myself. It's got a mirror in it as well, so I'm really happy about that. And packaging, I just feel like it's quite a nice packaging, easy to travel with. It's just straight to the point. Just so aesthetically pleasing to look at. It's just such a nice palette. I love how the colours have turned out, and I absolutely just think that they did kind of like blend quite nicely on the skin. They weren't too like chalky, they didn't grab to any areas where I felt like it went patchy. Like, it blended like a dream. The only thing I would say is that when I was blending some of like the darker colours together, not so much together but on top of each other, I did feel like they were merging into each other and kind of looking like the same kind of shades. That's why I felt like I just needed to add a little bit of a black into it just to separate up the other colours, because they were looking quite the same. So I do feel like this palette on its own, it's really nice if you want to keep it more to of a plum kind of pink, kind of very like winey kind of colours, then it's absolutely perfect for that. But I myself just needed to darken up my life like my soul. That made any sense. I just personally just felt like I needed to add a black in there, because just to separate the colours a little bit more. I was a little bit disappointed with the foiled shadows, like the glittery ones. I don't know, I just felt that they looked really nice in the pan, but obviously I've only tried that pink one. I just kind of felt like I expected a little bit more from them. They were a little bit harder to kind of like press onto the eyes. Felt like I had to work it in a little bit more with my all night setting spray. So I feel like with them, maybe I just need to work around with them a little bit more. I'm just going to show you my eyes close up so you can actually see. I did actually add a little bit of my Heavy Metals glitter in Glam Rock by Urban Decay, just to kind of give it a little bit more character to the eye. I thought it was looking a little bit bland. I just needed a bit of glitter. So these are my eyes close up. So as you can see, the glitter just kind of gives it a little bit more pop. The overall thoughts on the actual eyeshadows are that they are very pigmented, they're very full coverage, and they generally are just really good eyeshadows. A little bit downfall with the glitter ones, but to be honest, like, I'm not too bothered because I just added my Heavy Metals by Urban Decay on top anyway. But yeah, I'm really happy with the eyeshadow look that I created. I think Huda Beauty is an absolutely amazing job creating these shadows, and I'm definitely going to wear this look again. It's straight up my street. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm actually going to go. But thank you so much for watching my video. Let me know if you enjoyed watching it. Tell me your comments down below if you like the eye look, if you've tried it yourself, do you love the palette yourself? I did a first impressions look on the Maybelline 24-hour foundation, so be sure to be subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on that video, because let me just tell you, I've got it on now. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that video, and give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you've got any questions, and I guess I'll just see you in my next video. Bye.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.